Hello.
Oh, hi. Hi, Mashin. How can I call you? Mashnunul?
It's Mashnunul hard, but you can call me Javed. It will
Uh,
be easier.
what's the
Hear
name
me?
again, please?
Javed.
Jabit? Can you type it, please?
Wait. Yeah, I know you are having some problem with the hearing issue. Can you hear me clearly now?
I hear you. I hear you clearly. Yeah, I don't have any issues with
Okay.
that.
Okay. My name is Mashnunul Ha. But you can call me by my nickname, Javed.
Javit?
Yeah, Javed.
Javit. Okay. So
Yeah.
now we have Utsav. There are 4 of you and plus me, so there are 5 of us. And we can...
Okay.
Yes, let me just... Okay. A little bit like that. Because I need to grab my thing.
Yeah, you can sign it in that. Okay, one thing
Yes.
that you have asked me to prepare for a question from one kind of thing like British Council or the IDB websites, right?
Yes, that's right.
There is a problem. I couldn't find that topic from there, but can you suggest? I mean, if
Any
we are going
topic,
to
actually.
talk all, yeah, we will choose one from for everyone. That will be better one for me.
Okay, let me just welcome Utsav. Utsav, how are you? Are you there? So, Javed, it's hard to practice if you don't have questions because we have to switch. Let's say I'll be the examiner for now and I'll ask you questions, and after that you will be the examiner, you ask me questions. So if you don't have questions, then I cannot practice speaking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can understand that thing. I was just saying that if we go with the same platform, like you are going with the Cambridge Book website, then I should also go with the Cambridge Book website. If we change the platform, then we can change for all of us. So we should decide which one we are going to use today, and I'll just log into that.
Yeah, the thing is, Mashnunul, I'm already committed to this platform and I can't waste any time because in 40 minutes, after 40 minutes, I have another meeting to do. So if I log on to another platform, it takes time for me.
Okay, which one are you in? Which platform are you in?
What do you mean? It's Zoom. I have...
No. I'm not talking about Zoom. I'm talking about either which question platform are you in, like Cambridge or IDP?
I have... This is actually for my course, so it can be British Council. Or I have also Makar. Do you have Makar? I have Makar too.
I don't have Makar, but I can access to the British Council, I guess.
Okay. So you don't, it doesn't have to be the same as mine. It's better if we have my questions to you and then your questions to me are different from each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can understand that also.
Okay, let me just greet Utsav. Utsav, are you there? Yeah, you are supposed to be unmuted. Utsav, can you speak? I can see your, next to your name, you are unmuted. So that means you can, I can hear you if you speak. Oh, I don't understand. Maybe it has something to do with your volume. I don't hear you. You can type.
Microphone volume. Yeah. Can you check your internal microphone volume? If you're using an Asus motherboard, then there is an icon in your lower right corner, right?
Yeah, Utsav, I think no problem with pressing the icon because I can see it's not muted. I can see
No,
from
it's not that.
my screen he's not muted.
Oh, his
Let's see.
security is preventing him.
Oh,
What kind of security do you use?
I don't
What kind of
understand.
security do you use? I can understand. You are using Google Chrome?
Okay, we can proceed.
Change the
Jovit,
device.
Jovit, we can proceed now so that we can use up the
Okay,
time.
he can join again.
Yeah, he
Another
can
device.
just catch up. All right, so now my question to you is about sharing. We will skip the what's your name, show me your passport or identification. Let's skip that. We'll go right away to the
Direct questions.
okay, so are you working or are you studying?
Used to work in a company in my country in Bangladesh, but right now at this pandemic moment, I'm jobless. I'm preparing for my machine learning thing, so I'm studying.
Okay, so did you like your work when you were working?
Yeah, I like my work because still, for which I'm trying to go abroad, this one is also related to my previous work. It's like networking and security actually.
Okay.
With the
Excellent. All right, so what type of accommodation do you live in right now?
I'm living with my family in an apartment with a whole flat. Actually, we can say this one as a house because in one floor, the whole floor is approved by my family. So we own this flat. So I'm living in a residential area, the only residential area available in our country, actually.
Okay, excellent. Now, so what's your favorite part? Which part of your apartment that you like most?
In my apartment, I usually be in my room only because it's not a very big apartment. It's only 2,100 square feet. So if I say that if one person needs anything, he can see all the things
Hello?
in my room. I have
Hello?
my own bathroom, so I love my.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Okay, so yeah, okay, just hold on there, Utsav. So we'll finish our examiner and candidate system of asking questions. Now, let's go to let's talk about sharing, Jovit. Did you share?
Yeah.
Did you share anything with others recently?
Yeah, I shared my own Coursera account with some of my friends because we are trying to learn NLP, which is actually natural language processing system, which is related to AI and machine learning. So that collaboratory thing is shared with my friends who also wanted to learn the machine learning coding and other techniques. So I shared my profile, I bought the thing and then share with all my friends for the mutual benefit. Actually.
Okay, so before I move on to the next question, just a tip for questions part 1, it should be answered by short answer. Do you know that? Part 1 is supposed to be only like 2-3 sentences, or 4 is okay. Okay? All right, next question. Did your parents teach you to share when you were a child?
Just when I was a child, my parents used to share with me all the monetary things. Like they used to give me 10 taka and they wanted me to spend it for the whole family. So in that case, they wanted to share my chips or any kind of chocolate with my brother also.
Okay, next question. What kind of things do you like to share with others?
I like to share uh, most of the things which is not very personal to me. Like my toothbrush is really very personal to me. Other than that, most of the things I want to share. Even my own bathing soap also, and my shampoo. They're mostly sometimes shared with my brother.
All right, that's great. What kind of things are not suitable for sharing?
For not sharing, it should be too much personal things like the chat box with your very personal one person, which you could say your girlfriend, or in my case, or your boyfriend in for the lady cases. So for this kind of thing, like talking, share with her should not be known to others. So this is very personal.
Okay, so now okay, that's the end of part 1. So let's move on now to part 2. Okay, so as you know, you have 1 minute to prepare and 2 minutes to talk. And don't worry, I will stop you when your time is up. So you just keep talking while, waiting for 2 minutes to finish. So your question for part 2 is describe an energetic person that you know. I will type it, okay? I will share it on the chat box.
Okay, I'll open the chat box actually. Which chat box here?
Describe an energetic person that you know, and send that and your bullet points who this person is, and then how did you know this person? How did you know this person? Why you think this person is energetic? Why you think this person is energetic? And lastly, explain how you feel about this person. Explain how you feel about this person.
Yeah,
okay.
I got the whole picture. Okay.
All right, so your 1 minute for preparation starts now. Hello, Priya. Hi. Thank you for watching.
Can I start?
Okay, sure.
Actually, don't need 1 minute.
Okay. You can start speaking now.
The person as energetic I'm going to describe, his name is Mr. Shaheen Akhtar. He was my school teacher actually. He used to be my science teacher. And in our country, a science teacher has to know all the things like mathematics, physics, chemistry, and biology. So he taught me all these things by himself. He was my also a private tutor and my school teacher also. So I know him very personally as I used to be in his own house for getting the tuition. I think he's energetic because when I saw him first, he was just having a class with a loud voice. And after that, when I went to his home after a school hour, while giving me a tuition class, he was not having any kind of fatigue in himself. So he used to talk in the same loud voice as he used in the classroom. So after that, after me, there was a couple of other students who came by after almost 2 hours, and he used to talk with them with the same loud voice. And I heard that he had to take it to the till 8 p.m. at night. So he wakes up at morning at 8 a.m. and till 8 p.m. he keeps talking like this. Still, I have completed my school, but I heard about him from other students that he keeps talking with the same pace, with the same energy all the time. Actually, talking as
Okay,
loudly
your time
as
is
all the
up.
time is very good.
Your time is up, Jovet. Okay, so your follow-up questions, part 3 questions. What kind of jobs need a lot of physical activity?
The job related to physical fatigue needs very physical activities like a PT teacher, a swimmer, or a gamer. These kind of things, this kind of job requires really great physics.
Okay, so next question. What's the difference between payment for physical work and payment for mental work?
Pardon me, can you repeat the question?
What's the difference between salary for physical work and salary for mental work?
In our country's perspective, the salary for mental work is higher than the salary of physical work, which I do not actually support, but it is a higher wage for mental work. Like having an office job, it pays much than having a job of a labor.
Okay. Next question. Can physical workers have higher salaries in the future?
In my opinion, they should have higher salaries, as we can say that a rickshaw puller in our country, rickshaw is a tricycle type vehicle which needs human physical interaction to move the pedals. So this kind of thing, they are earning much more than some of the office clerks nowadays. So in future, I think they will get higher wages than an average job of mental work.
Okay, your last question. Do you think machines could replace manual labor in the future?
In today's world, everyone is trying to get everything done by the machines. Like there is a project I know that that requires a robot to cook for a human person. So I think day by day, machine will replace people work, but not in extent way. If someone is getting jobless because of machine, they will turn to make the machine actually.
Okay, so that's the end of your speaking test. Now let's go to Utsav. Utsav, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, Jovet, can you be the examiner for Utsav? I'll just be here listening.
Yeah,
So
I
that-
can be the examiner.
Yeah, from
So,
part
hello.
1, part 2, part 3. Okay?
Yeah, I'm going to ask you some questions in the part 1. So are you ready? Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Do you live in a hometown or in a village?
I'm currently living in a in a city called Bangalore. I know you heard about the city, and I'm currently living in Bangalore, and I have been living for the last 2 years.
Okay, let me just interrupt. Sorry. Jovit, make sure that your questions you're reading from a book or from whatever. Don't that you. What my point is, don't just make it up. Okay.
No, I'm not making it up. Actually,
Okay.
I'm using the as book. Okay.
Okay, that's good.
So, what's the most interesting part of your town?
Yes, so the most interesting is like in Bangalore, there are lots of clubs and bars. Means there are plethora of clubs, so people generally get the ample of time to choose one of the best of all of them. So we can say that it's basically having a lot of clubs which allow the people to enjoy, and those clubs used to facilitate the people by giving an ample facilities.
Okay. What kind of jobs do the people in your town do?
Yeah, so Bangalore is called Silicon Valley of India. Okay, so most of the people living in Bangalore, they are working in IT firms. So basically, most of the jobs are related to IT sector. That I feel in Bangalore.
Would you say it's a good place to live?
Yeah, it's a good place, but I can say that it's expensive too. If I say about the flat cost, or a flat is very expensive, and at the same time, vegetable and all other article cost is quite expensive. But the salary we used to get from the IT firms is good enough to compensate with the expensiveness of the city.
Let's move on to talk about accommodation. Tell me about the kind of accommodation you live in.
Yeah, I'm living in a flat, and with my office mates, and we have been sharing this flat from the last 2 years.
Okay. What do you like about living there?
Yeah, so the main thing is about apartments is like we have lots of our separate rooms. So if we want to study personally, then we can study in our separate room. But if you want to enjoy, then in the living room we can gather, and we can celebrate a lot of things like a lot of festival. And whenever we feel bored, we used to talk in the living room. So that makes me quite feasible to live in a flat.
What sort of accommodation would you most like to live in?
I really like to live in a house rather than in apartment, because from the childhood I have been living in a house, and in future I will think that I will have a house in which I will live with my parents separately, because generally what I feel in the apartment, that there is a certain restrictions, like the chairman of the society, they used to create a certain restriction that will not allow the society people to go here or there. So that's type of restriction that I don't like. So that I better feel that if I live in a house, then it will help me, and it will help me as well as my family to enjoy fully.
Okay, Utsav. Now I'm going to tell you to talk about friends. So I'm going to write down the questions in the chat box. Will you please see it? Because
so this is part 2 now, Jovet.
Yeah, this is part 2 actually.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Hello, my dear Priya. Thank you for watching. Hello. Thank you. And thank you for your chat. Okay, did you get it, Utsav? It's on the chat box. So your 1 minute preparation, do you have a timer, Jovet? Okay, you have to unmute Jovet. You're muted. Okay, so I'll set the timer for Utsav. So your 1 minute preparation starts now, Utsav.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, still waiting. And yep. Still waiting for Utsav to get ready. It's 30 seconds left. Okay, let me just unmute myself.
Yeah. I'm ready.
Okay, you're ready. So now you can start.
Yeah. I would like to describe about one of my closest friend, whose name is Rishabh, and he's my college friend. He's my very close college friend, and I get to know him during a placement cell. Like we both are preparing for the placement, and I don't know him. In the entire 4 years, the way he used to solve the maths in a very quick way. So I was impressed when we are sitting in a examination hall. Like there are lots of exams that used to happen for the practice of the placement. So on that day I get to know him that okay, this guy is good in maths. So then we became friends, and he invited me in his house, and then I went there. And he's very kind and caring person because he don't have any ego problem, nothing like that. Even he used to serve serve food to me when I visited his house for the first time. So the nature of that guy has really was quite good. That touches my heart. So after that we are still friends, and till now we used to talk during the weekends.
You still have 20 seconds to talk.
Okay. So we generally used to, because he is also working in an IT firm, but his goal was to become to go in service line. Like he wants to be an IES, but currently he's working in an IT firm. So meanwhile he is preparing for IES as well.
Okay, your time is up. Time is up. It's up. All right. So just a tip: don't stop talking. In part 2, don't stop talking until your examiner tells you to stop.
Yeah, sure. I will keep this thing in my mind.
Yes. And also just some grammar tips about I read Jovit's writing there. Describe one of your friend. It should be one of your friends. So I always notice this as like a common problem with you guys. I don't know. And also, Utsav, when you answered that question, you said he is one of my best friend. So when you use one of, you can Google that to confirm.
It really, yes.
Yeah,
One of the factors.
Yeah, there should be S. I don't know if it's your native language that has something that interferes the pronunciation of S. But
generally in writing section I used to write one of the factors, one of the things.
Exactly.
So, but I don't know how I missed it in the speaking section.
Yes. Okay, you will hear it because I'm recording this session, so you will hear it. I'll send the recorded video. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Jovet, continue with part 3.
Okay. I was just missing the S because of my typing mistake. Sorry.
No
I also got that
problemo.
feedback. Okay. So now I'm going to ask you some questions about what you have already said about the topic of friends. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what type of people influence the young in your country?
I think in my country, sports influencing the young people. Like if we take the example of Virat Kohli, the way he's so dedicated to his work is totally inspire a lot of young generation. Like the way he used to put the hard work into the cricket field, it's quite outstanding, and that generally catches the young people's mind, and every young generation used to follow him, and I want to take the inspiration from him.
Okay. Does friend can be annoying in the course of time?
Okay, so could you please repeat your question?
Okay. Does friend become annoying in course of time?
Does friend become annoying in the course of time?
Yeah.
Okay. So for this, I don't think so, because friends who know each other, they generally know that time is not a restriction unless or until we get to know each other. So if I talk to someone less or more, it doesn't matter unless we know each other. So it's a bonding between the two individuals, not we can't judge on the basis of time.
Okay. Do you think it is better to have a few good friends or many different friendships?
Yeah, I always believe that we should have a few close friends. I always mention that even in my case, I have very few close friends whom I can share my problems or share my happiness things as well. But if we have close friends, then we are distracted, or we generally used to face a few scenarios where we become tensed or excited at the same time. So if we have less friends, then what I think it would be less tension. And if we have more friends, there are a lot of things coming in my head or anyone's head. So I strongly believe that we should always have a very few friends.
Do you think it is possible for men and women to be just good friends?
Yeah, it's yeah, I agree with this. Means if the two individuals have some certain goal, like if they both want to achieve a particular goal, they can become friends, or it's all about thinking. If they both are thinking in a positive way, then it's fair enough. Or it depends situation to, it varies situation to situation. But I can think that okay, male and female can be a good friends.
Okay. Do you have any friends now from when you were very young?
No, no, I don't have much friend when I was in schooling until now. I don't have much friend, but I have friends from my college and from my job. I have quite some few friends.
Okay, that should be the end of the question, part 3.
Okay, so let me just give you some tips, guys.
Yeah.
Part 3 questions, when you give examples or when you talk about you give your answer, it should be general. But okay, when you talk about examples, you can make a personal example, but not all the time. And also when you make a personal example, you can say like, okay, personally this is my experience, but I know people in general have the same feelings, or I don't know, the same viewpoint as mine. So that's I just learned this also about part 3 questions. And also,
Okay,
when
so in part 3 we have to give our opinion, as well as in general we have to describe, okay, people generally used to feel this, and I basically used to feel this.
Exactly. You don't have to you don't have to give your personal example and also the general. You can just give a general example, but it's okay to give a personal example, personal experience once in a while. If you have like 5 questions of part 3, maybe you can give personal example 1 or 2 for 2 questions, but not all the time. But it's good that if you give a personal example, you also mention that, and people, let's say, in my experience, this is this and this is that. And I know people in general have this. It's not just me, but people in general are like this. Just some tips. Okay, so guys, I have to stop soon because I have another meeting, but I also need to speak. So any one of you can give me some questions. I need to stop in about 5 minutes.
Okay. So, Utsav, can you ask her about some questions?
Yeah, so I have to ask you.
Yeah, me.
Okay. So my first question is, do you prefer texting or calling? This is part 1.
Oh, okay. So I personally, I prefer calling because I'm the kind of person who likes to multitask. So if I call, my hands are free and I can do something else.
Okay. How often do you send a text message?
Maybe like on an average, I send text messages twice a day.
So do you think that there are times when it's better to send a text rather than calling people?
Yes, of course, definitely, because when you are in a meeting, for example, or in a place where you're not allowed to make any noise, it's better to text than to call.
Okay. So I'm moving to part 2.
We don't have much time for part 2. Maybe you can skip. Oh, okay, you can do that. All right.
Okay. So in part 2, describe. Oh, okay. I'm typing it.
Yeah, please. So guys, I only have 3 minutes left, so I hope I can catch up with my other group. I haven't sent the invitation yet, so that's kind of for the link. Okay, so wow, this is tough. Okay, describe a film that made you laugh, what it was, where you saw it, why it made you laugh, and explain how you felt about it. Oh no, this is tough. Let's see. So I have 1 minute to prepare. Let me
Okay,
see.
before that, I have few questions. Can I ask?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so you are also preparing for IELTS, or
Yes.
you are just teaching people?
I am preparing. I am preparing for IELTS.
Okay, so when you are going to give your test, because my test is on 31st of Jan 2021.
I'm planning, I'm not booked yet, but I'm planning this coming March, around end of March.
Okay, fine. And what about Mashnunul?
Mashnunul.
Mashnunul. Sorry if I pronounce.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I'm planning for 15 January. I have already booked my seat for that date, so I'm in a bit of hurry.
Yeah, just wanted to know that if I book seat on 15th of Jan, like I have booked in 30th of Jan, so the speaking test will be around 5 or 4th February, or before that, before 30th of Jan.
Actually, if you are going to sit for 15th of Jan, I'm telling you the speaking part, and my written part is in the 16th Jan. Actually, I booked for the 16th Jan, so they gave me 1 day earlier slot. They will also provide you some slots, like 1 day or 2 day earlier, or 1 day or 2 day after you have booked the date.
Okay, so speaking is before that the actual test.
Yeah, in my case it's before. In my friend's case, it was 1 day after.
Okay, it varies. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, guys, so I have only like 20 seconds left, so I better go, and I'll message you on the messenger, so we can talk about our next schedule. Okay, if you wanna continue.
Yes,
Yeah, that will be a good one.
Okay,
Yeah, I
so
want to continue.
all right, so bye for now, guys. I'll message you soon.
Bye.
I just want to pronounce your name. I'm sorry if you could.
I'm sorry. You can call me Maita. Maita.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Maita.
You're welcome.
Have a nice day.
Maita.
Yeah. Okay. Bye for
Thank
now,
you.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.